shoot, I almost got out there. Well, hello everybody. Since it is the holiday season, Santa gave us a gift early. Let's see. Who's this for again? To the Steelers. Wonder what it could be. Let me just reach into Santa's sack here. And don't edit that part out and make something weird out of it. Okay.
All right, yeah.
To the Steelers. Hey, I think I found something in here for you, Steelers.
Oh.
Anyway, welcome to Frontline Football, your one place for all your news, rumors, updates, and highlights from the games of the week. So let's get right into predictions.
All right, so up first, we have the Patriots Rams. I'm going to be doing polls, so then you guys don't have to struggle. Let me get them up. So, Patriots, well, I don't really know what they did. Did they win or lose?
They won 45-0.
Oh, God, all right. They blew out the Chargers, yeah. All right, so our fans have 83% Rams and 17% Patriots. Jeez, why did I mess that up so much? And I'm going to hand this one off to Jack because the Patriots are in his division.
All right, I got to take the Rams here. I still think the Rams, they're one of my favorite teams as of late. The only people, they lost to the Niners. The Niners have their number. For whatever reason, Sean McVay gets outplayed by Kyle Shanahan. I just think the Rams, right now, they're the better team. I think they're underrated defense, and they're not. Patriots just aren't dynamic. They're not going to outplay the Rams defense here, and as long as Jared Goff can be serviceable, they will get a win here this Thursday Night Football special. What are your thoughts, Josh?
Okay, so for this matchup, it took me a lot of thinking, but I'm going with the Rams here. The Rams are just coming off of a win against the Cardinals. Really, really good team. And the Patriots are coming off of a win against the Chargers, the 2-win Chargers. Now, that game was not even close, but it's still the Chargers. So, I got to give it to the Rams here. They're going to win. Zach, your thoughts?
I got to go with Rams. Rams are looking they look good in the Cardinals game. It makes me mad to say that, but they look good. And if they're the first, I hope I'm not the I hope I'm the 7th seed. I hope the Rams are not the 1st seed because I don't want to face them again. I hope they get out by like a different team. All right. So the next matchup we have is the Panthers versus Broncos. A lot of Super Bowl rematches, but with like teams that are way worse. All right. Come on. There we go. Good job. We are looking. I hate your stupid stuff, Josh. Okay, 40% Broncos, 60% Panthers. So people liking the Panthers. All right, and I'm gonna hand this one off to I'm hand this one off to Josh because he didn't go last time.
Excuse me. I believe that the Carolina Panthers are going to win here with P.J. Walker at the helm and them looking really, really good. I say that they are going to win this matchup here against the Denver Broncos because the Denver Broncos were outplayed by a lot of different teams, and I don't really feel like they're going to do much damage against the Panthers this week. Zach, your thoughts?
Panthers have some really good things on their team, but I just can't name them off right now because my brain's kind of going blank. But I really like this Panthers team. I mean, it's not playoff contenders yet, but they'll make a run in the playoffs real soon. It's just they're not ready yet. But I really like this Panthers team. I think it's way better than the Broncos team because the Broncos, I know that they have a quarterback back, but I can't see them getting a win here. All right, Jack, what about you?
I have to take the Carolina Panthers here. First, they're coming off a bye. CMC is going to be returning, so that's always a plus to have a top 5 running back in the league at your disposal. This is a very well coached Carolina team, and their defense keeps getting better and better. And with this extra rest and preparation, I think they'll be prepared for whatever Drew Lock and the Broncos throw at them. Because though the Broncos, they kept it close against the Chiefs, which was kind of impressive, I'm not buying into the Broncos that they're going to outplay the Panthers after a bye. So give me the Panthers here.
Cool. All right. So the next matchup is the Arizona Cardinals versus the New Jersey Giants.
New Jersey.
All right. Okay, so our polls are 50% Cardinals, 50% Giants. I agree with that. And I'm going to be taking this one, and I am choosing, and I know that they've gotten this wrong before, the Arizona Cardinals. Yes, I am taking them again, not because I am biased. I actually think that they can beat this team really well. It's just, I don't like that we're on a 3-game losing streak. Hopefully the Cardinals can break that. It's getting kind of annoying since the DeAndre Hopkins catch. Hopefully we can do really well against this team. The only thing I'm scared about is that MetLife turf, and that is not going to be fun to play on. And I'm going to hand this one off to Jack because his team also plays in Jersey.
Extremely tough pick here. Giants looked really good. Well, I wouldn't say really good against the Seahawks, but they outplayed the Seahawks for the most part and got the win. But I'm going to take the Cardinals here. It's a bit of an upset at this point because the Cardinals' recent fall, but this is kind of their last stand. They need to get back on track here in order to stay in the hunt for the playoffs and keep ahead of Minnesota specifically. And I'm not sure what the Daniel Jones situation is for the Giants. The Giants run the ball really well, so Cardinals are going in as a bit of an underdog here. But I just got a feeling that the Cardinals are going to pull off the win this week and stay in the competitive NFC playoff race as the gap closes, as people like the Vikings, the Lions are going in for these last pushes for the playoffs. Cardinals need to get a win to stay ahead of them. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I got the Arizona Cardinals here because I just feel like they're the better team. I can see that the Colts are going to – not the wrong team. I can see that the Giants are going to keep it close because of that good defense that they have on their team. It's very underrated. And I'm going to do a new thing. Who's going to get taken by the MetLife turf this week? My guess is Kyler Murray.
Shut up, Josh. That actually hasn't happened in a long time.
Well, I'm just making my prediction.
Also, we already fed we've already fed someone to that MetLife turf. Chandler Jones, remember that?
More.
No, it doesn't. Now shut up.
Now shut up.
Josh, you actually want me to go over there and get you? Because I'll do round 5.
Round 5. Zach, we're filming.
Okay.
Let's be professional.
Josh, don't tell me to be professional. All right, so the next matchup is Chiefs, Broncos. Or no, Dolphins. Oh, God, dang. All right. Having a lot of mistakes this week. And the polls are Frontline Football. Come on, Frontline Football. All right, there we go. Okay. Chiefs, all right. 50. Whoa, this is closer than I thought. 57% of people said Chiefs. 43% of people said Dolphins. That's very close. I did not expect that. And I'm gonna hand this one off to Josh. Actually, no, I'm gonna hand this one off to Jack because it's a team in his division.
All right, I'm going to take the Chiefs here. Now, do not be surprised. This is not going to be a blowout for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Miami Dolphins have a very good secondary, specifically with Xavier Jones, or not, I mixed their names up. Byron Jones and Xavier and Howard are a great duo to try to lock down the Chiefs, but Chiefs they're 11-1. Tua's going to be playing a rookie, and though Kansas City doesn't have an elite defense, their defense is solid enough to hold it down and take care of business here. And I just can't trust a rookie QB against Mahomes. I just think Mahomes is going to outplay Tua here, and that will be the deciding factor. Chiefs will get their 12th win of the season, I believe, right here. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I think the Dolphins. It's a weird take, but I really like this Dolphins team that they're starting to make. Tua, I know they hasn't hit his stride yet, and he probably won't this season. It'll be next season. But that defense, that defense is going to help him so much because judging by what Mahomes does is very easy. Throw it to Tyreek Hill, throw it to Travis Kelce. There's no other person that he throws to. Maybe Sammy Watkins and McCall Hardman, but no, it's those two. So if you lock down both of those guys, you are doing just fine. Now, the things that Tua needs to watch out for. Tyrann Mathieu, that's a big one. Bunch of defensive players that the Chiefs have. Another thing that the Dolphins defense needs to deal with, Le'Veon Bell and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Two really good running backs. Le'Veon Bell is not doing as well as Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but they're decent, but Le'Veon's more of a pass catcher than in the run game. But I feel like the Dolphins can get a win here just because of that defense and how Tua plays. This is going to be the biggest opponent that Tua is going to play, and if he can prove that he can beat Mahomes, this will be very good for him. Josh, what about you?
I have the gut feeling, and that means that the team is probably going to win. So I'm going with the Miami Dolphins here. I just feel that upset in my gut. I just feel like Tua is going to pull off some magic because he's not Drew Lock. He's Tua. He's a good game manager, and he's going to do well against this Kansas City team. You see, Drew Lock was also about to win, but he threw an interception to Tyrann Mathieu. Tua will not make those mistakes during this game. So, give me Tua here and the Dolphins.
Okay, that's cool. The next matchup is the Cowboys-Bengals. Oh, I just passed that one. Cowboys 71%, Bengals 29%. I wish that Joe Burrow was there because that would make the predictions way better. Okay, so I'm going to hand this one off to Josh because I keep avoiding him. I don't know why. All right, Josh, go.
Okay, I'm going to choose the Dallas Cowboys here. This is a pretty easy win for them because who are the Bengals starting?
We don't even know anymore.
Brandon Allen. Well, whoever they're starting, he's not going to do better than Andy Dalton. So I feel like this is a win for the Cowboys. Even though they're not going to win the division, they're going to win this game. So I'm going to go to Jack. What are your thoughts?
All right, taking the Dallas Cowboys here. So, for one, watching the Tuesday Night Football game in the background, and they're winning by 3 against the Ravens. Close. But the reality, here's the issue with the Bengals. Once again, I said it last week. No Joe Mixon. No Joe Burrow. No offense. That's just kind of how it is right now. They're probably going to lose out or come really close to losing out. And though I get it, they kept it kind of close against the Dolphins. They hung in against the Giants. There were a lot of missteps that I don't think Dallas is going to make this week. I think Zeke's going to run over them and go to a rebound game. And I just can't trust the Bengals right now. I can't pick Brandon Allen to win an NFL game, period, as of right now. So I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys here. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I got to go with the Cowboys. I mean, I'm not watching the game right now, but the Cowboys have a really good team right now. CeeDee Lamb makes some decent plays. Amari Cooper is always really good, and Michael Gallup's always a great second option to have. Andy Dalton's not the best quarterback that they can have, but since their situation with Dak, it's not looking any better. So I think Andy Dalton will be serviceable for this game. The only problem is the Bengals might know how Andy Dalton plays because Andy Dalton played for them last year. But who knows? That defense is going to have a hard time, though. That Dallas defense is always horrible, and I feel like it's going to be a really good shootout between these two teams. All right, so the next matchup is the Packers versus Lions. I actually think this is going to be a close one. Always takes me forever to get the Instagram up because the Packers won and the Lions won last time. Okay. Where is it? Oh, 100% Packers. So our fans really like the Packers. All right. I'm gonna hand this one off to Josh.
Okay, well, for this game, I got the Green Bay Packers winning. Where are they? Ford Field or are they in Lambeau for this game?
I don't really. Oh, let me check. I think they're in Lambeau.
Okay, well, wherever the Packers are, I think that they're going to beat the Lions here because the Lions did get a win after firing their head coach, Matt Patricia. Their interim head coach looked good for that game, but every single interim head coach won their first game. So you can't really take that into account. So I'm going to give it to the Packers. Excuse me. Because they look like the better team. Zach, your thoughts?
Oh, okay. I'll go. Okay. Packers. Aaron Rodgers is looking really good. Aaron Jones is looking good. Anybody that they put on that field is looking really good. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with the Packers except their run defense. That's the only thing that I think is the worst part about the team. They cannot stop the run for the life of them. And I think that that's going to be their downfall. But the Lions don't have a really good run game because I think DeAndre Swift is not playing. And Adrian Peterson's not the Vikings Adrian Peterson running all over every single team. So Packers lucked out here. So, Jack, what about you?
I have to take the Packers here. Now I understand. You're looking at the scoreboard, maybe didn't tune into the Lions-Bears game, and you saw the Lions got a nice close win against the Bears, but here's the thing. That was come behind. That was the Bears choking a 10-point lead. And unfortunately for the Lions, Aaron Rodgers, Mitch Trubisky, maybe he'll let you hang in there and give you the ability to come back in that game. But Aaron Rodgers is not. He's arguably the MVP. It's between, believe it's him and Mahomes have the first and the second most passing TDs. I think Aaron Rodgers like 37-4 TD interception ratio. He's not going to let you stay in the game like that. And Aaron Rodgers, they've just been humming lately. They've been him and Adams. Adams has been healthy, and overall the Packers' offense has looked very explosive and impressive. And I just don't see a path to victory if you're the Detroit Lions.
All right, that's all right. All right, so the next matchup is the Bears. Speaking of the Bears, it's Bears-Texans. Josh, since you're the Texans fan, go ahead and... Oh, the polls. Oh, shoot. Oops. Sorry about that. But after this, you can say your take, Josh. 57% of people say Texans. 43% of people say Bears. Texans and Bears don't really have a chance to make the playoffs, so they're just fighting for pride.
Well, for this game, you just got to look at the stuff that's going on. So I am going to have a couple facts here. So the Texans almost beat the second place in the AFC South Colts. If Dick Martin actually snapped the ball correctly, the Texans would have beat the Colts. Colts fans, before you get your panties in a wad, the Texans would have beat you guys. Watson on the goal line is the most clutch thing ever to happen. So here's the thing. The Texans are going to win this game because they did that without Will Fuller. I know that Brandon Cooks is probably out for this game, but they did that without Will Fuller. They did it with Kiki QT as their wide receiver and Brandon Cooks. So before anybody says anything about the Texans not doing well, they're going to be in the playoffs next year once they get a real head coach in there and a good GM. They're going to be in the playoffs next year. Because if you saw the performance that they put up against the Colts, imagine that with an actual offensive-minded head coach that will hone in on these skills. So I'm going to go to Jack for his take.
I'm agreeing with Josh here, taking the Houston Texans. I believe we said it in last week's news videos that if Watson was able to elevate the players around him without Fuller, then they'd be able to pull it off somehow. And I think, in a way, he did. He kept it close against the Colts, who are a playoff team. So I'm going to take them here again. Got to look at the Bears. There's a problem going on here. There's clearly something's not working on that offensive side of the ball. If it's Trubisky, Nagy, lack of running game, and the only productive person there is pretty much Allen Robinson. So can't buy into the Bears at all. They need to figure out what's going on in the offense, and I don't think they will this week against Romeo Crennel. So give me the Texans here. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I gotta go with the Texans. I mean, they're doing well. I mean, they're not gonna go for a any playoffs now because like there's already some better seed, Josh, there's no way that you guys are making playoffs.
We're not eliminated. As long as you're not eliminated, you're still in.
Doesn't matter. There's way better AFC teams right now that are going to get that 7th seed. So they're really just fighting. Both of them are just fighting for pride on who's better. So I got to go with the Texans just because of how Deshaun Watson plays. There's nothing else that's really interesting about this team except Deshaun Watson, and he always can carry a bad team. So, yeah. All right. So the next matchup is Titans-Jags. Actually, I can't remember this at all. All right. But I think Jags lost last game, and Titans, I think they won. Oh, no.
It was a close game.
And they still get wrecked anytime they actually play anybody. So, all right, here it is. 83% of people say Titans, 17% of people say Jags. Who the heck is saying that the Jags are going to win? They're looking for Trevor. And since they play in Josh's division, Josh, what are your thoughts?
Excuse me about being a bad team. We're not bad. We're mediocre. The Jets are bad. We're not bad. We're a step above bad.
It's still bad because you don't have a first-round pick in this draft thanks to your old GM.
Okay, so let's get to the game of the week here. Not the game of the week. That's a terrible game of the week. But the game that we're on right now. So here is the thing that I'm thinking of for this game. The Jaguars, they can't tank for Trevor because they won a game, so they're failing for Fields, the next best option. And I feel like the Titans are going to win because the Titans always beat the bad teams and then lose against the good teams. It's always how the season has gone for them. So give me the Tennessee Titans here. And then let's go to Zach for his thoughts on the game.
Titans, they look better than most of the teams in that division, not counting the Colts. So they're like the second best team in there. I think they have a really good chance of making playoffs. Ryan Tannehill, not the best quarterback that they can have. Derrick Henry always runs really well. I can kind of not really see a Jags win. It's there, but it's going to be a very far shot. So, yeah. Jack, what about you?
I'm going to take the Titans here to win an exciting game because, as we saw last week, Titans got run all over by the Browns for the most part. James Robinson for the Jaguars going to do the same thing. And Jaguars been keeping games weirdly close as of late, but you can't trust them to close it out. They didn't close out the last 2 games. They could have won, missed a 2-point conversion, and then lost in overtime last week to Minnesota. So I'm not going to trust them, especially against the Titans, who are a playoff team at, I believe, 8-4. They're just a better team right now, and you can't trust the Jags. But this one will be surprisingly close and competitive for the most part.
Okay, cool. So the next game is the Buccaneers. Wait, is it? No, yeah, it's the Vikings versus the Buccaneers. All right. Let me check the polls. Come on, Instagram. Where you can follow those. Okay. 71% of people say Bucks. 29% of people say Vikings. All right. And I'm going to hand this one off to Jack.
All right, I'm taking the Bucks here. And this was close because the Vikings are actually only a game out from the Bucks now. But Bucks had a bye week, so that's my tiebreaker here. I think that Tom Brady, they need to get back on track. They've had a rough stretch of games lately between the Rams and the Chiefs, both taking them out. But I think they're going to try. They're going to get on a bye, and they're going to look for a late season push to secure their spot in the playoffs. So I think that it starts here, and I think they will beat Minnesota here and get a win. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I think that right now the Patriots are trying – wait, wrong team.
Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers are trying to lock down that 7th seed in the playoffs and make sure that they are in the playoffs this year. And they've had a rough stretch of games, but I feel like with this bye week, they're going to beat the – who are they playing? Vikings. They're going to beat the Vikings here. So that's it for me. Zach, your thoughts?
We're gonna get the 6th seed, not the 7th seed. The 7th seed is getting fought by the Arizona Cardinals and Minnesota Vikings, and also the Lions are in that race. Bucks are actually trying to keep their 6th seed. So yeah,
I feel like they're going to make the 7th seed somehow.
they're not, because then they would have to be third in their division, Josh. And I don't think Panthers are gonna be second in their division. So that's not happening. All right, I got Bucks. Bucks. Tom Brady looks decent. Not the best against Patrick Mahomes, but that's Patrick Mahomes. He didn't look good against Jared Goff, but I don't really care. Jared Goff freaking stinks. It's just because of that defense he gets carried by. Yeah, it's just Buccaneers are looking. They're so inconsistent, so I don't really know. So the next matchup is Colts Raiders. They are still tanking for Trevor, Josh. If Jets win a game, then they're back in the Trevor race. For Jags. Oh, here it is. The Colts have a 71% to the Raiders 29%. So people really believe in these Colts. All right. So I'm going to hand this one off to Josh. What are your thoughts on this game?
Okay, first I gotta just look this up real quick to see who the Raiders played. Okay, they played the Jets. Okay, I remember going through this in my head before filming, and I say that the Colts are going to win because the Colts, they beat the Texans. Now, granted, the Texans were on the 4-yard line. If Nick Martin didn't fumble the ball because of a botched snap, they would have lost that game. But still, it's against the Texans. The Raiders went on a Hail Mary attempt where the defensive coordinator was trying to make the Jets lose so they could stay in the race for tanking for Trevor. So, I got to go with the Colts here because they look like the better team. Why am I so tired today? That's a different story. So, I got the Colts here winning. So, Jack, what are your thoughts?
I'm taking the Colts. I'm sorry to say it, Raiders fans, there's a problem. Because you got outplayed by Sam Darnold and a guy named Ty Johnson, the practice squad running back, got a 100-yard game on you. There's a problem here. The Jets let you win. They lost that game on purpose, 1,000%. And it was obvious. Blitzed on a Hail Mary. Genius. But that'll save my take on the Jets for later. Here's the issue. You got run all over by the Jets, Ty Johnson and Josh Adams, 2 practice squad running backs. What you going to do when you meet Jonathan Taylor and Nyheim Hines? A pretty solid duo as the NFL standards. Plus, we don't know what the Josh Jacobs situation is. He hasn't played in a couple weeks, and even if he's back, how good is his injury? Is he 100%? And the Colts have an underrated defense, specifically on the line with DeForest Buckner. So I have to take the Colts here. I just can't trust the Raiders as of right now. What are your thoughts, Zach?
Colts are probably one of the best teams in the NFC, not counting the Chiefs and the Steelers, but they are looking really good. Feel like they're making a great playoff push, and this is actually one of the teams that they're going to just run through. And yeah, I really like this team. Okay, so the next matchup, speaking of the Jets, Jack, what are your thoughts on the Jets game? Because I'm not even going to check the polls because I know it's 100% Seahawks.
All right, it's time. I'm taking Seahawks once again. Now, though, the Jets have, for whatever reason, they can kind of move the ball now. They can kind of run. Doesn't matter. It's freaking Seahawks. They're looking to get back on track after losing to Colt McCoy. That was pretty rough. And, okay, this was the point to give the Jets take. They tried to lose that game on purpose. So it's clear they know exactly what they're doing. They're going to go 0-16. They're going to get Trevor Lawrence. They're going to do all that shenanigans and hopefully rebuild their team around Trevor Lawrence, etc. And I don't see the Jets winning a game. Seahawks, though they lost playoff team still, but you can't pick the Jets against the Seahawks. You can't pick the Jets, period, unless you're insane. What are your thoughts,
Which
Josh?
one?
Okay, so for this game, I have the Seahawks winning because they're going to want revenge for losing to the Giants of all teams and Colt McCoy. So I feel like Russell Wilson's going to be firing from all sides this game, and Blitz Boy is going to maybe sack Darnold. Maybe. We don't know. And yeah. So, Zach, your thoughts?
It's obvious. Seahawks. Russell Wilson, in my opinion, is out of the MVP race. I don't think he's actually winning. He still is in, but it's more against Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes, and most likely Patrick Mahomes is going to win MVP. But that's a different conversation for a different day. Okay, so Jets. You like blitzing on Hail Mary attempts. That's nice. All right. Well, I already know what you guys are doing. You guys are going to get the first round, first pick, and you guys are going to select Trevor Lawrence. So, yeah. All right. So, the next game is the Falcons versus Chargers. All right. Let me check the polls. It'll take me a little bit. I think Chargers lost. They got destroyed by the Patriots, and they were facing the Falcons. I think Falcons also lost, maybe? I don't know. Okay. Yeah. All right, that's a good team to lose to. It is 100% Falcons, the first time ever that the Falcons have gotten 100% on a team. That's really good. And I'm going to hand this one off to Josh.
I only heard Falcons there. So,
Falcons, Chargers. Who do you have?
okay, well then obviously Falcons. The Chargers just lost 45-0 to the Patriots. And I feel like the Falcons with Raheem Morris as their head coach will do way better than whatever the Chargers put up. So let's go to Jack for his take.
All right, this is Falcons win. Falcons are the better coach team right now with an interim head coach. And it's kind of really deflating to lose like that. Like, that's really bad. You got shut out by Cam Newton. That's rough. And I just have to take the Falcons here. They've been solid lately. I believe they're like 4-3. And other than that, they got swept by the Saints, who are arguably the best team in the NFC at this point. And overall, they're just a better team lately. Herbert's still a rookie. Herbert, as always, I bet he puts up the stats in a rebound game, but I don't see a win here for Herbert.
Okay, that's cool. The next matchup is the football team that just beat the undefeated Steelers versus the Niners, which the best win that they've had was against the Rams. So, good job, Niners. You help the Cardinals get closer and closer to winning that division, hopefully. Hopefully, I'm praying for that. And the polls say that 71% of people say football team, and 29% of people say Niners. So people really believe in this football team to win. All right, I'm gonna hand this one off to myself. I think Niners. 49ers have a really weird team controlled by Nick Mullen, and they're going to do just fine against them. I think if they're dealing with the Rams really well, like if they did what they did against the Rams, I think they can do the same thing to the football team. And I'm going to hand this one off to Jack. What do you think?
I'm taking the football team here. So, as of right now, Washington is kind of, I wouldn't call them like on a win streak or anything, but they've looked solid as of late. And overall, the underrated defense, I think it will take care of Nick Mullins this week. Chase Young, I believe he had a good game against the Steelers. And I think they'll ride the momentum of upsetting the 11-0 Steelers. Give me the football team here. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I think that it's going to be the football team here because they just upset the Steelers and the Niners did not look good against the Bills. So the football team, I got to give them a win with Ron Rivera as their head coach, and that defense looks amazing. And with Alex Smith being the comeback king that he is.
All right, cool. The next matchup is the Saints versus the Eagles. Eagles are actually, this is really interesting. They are starting Jalen Hurts this game. Will it pan out? I don't know. But it's cool how Jalen Hurts is there. Okay, and where is it? All right, I'm getting to it. It's just taking me some time. Here we go. Sorry. Okay, 100% Saints. Jeez, it took me that long. All right, well, Jack, what are your thoughts?
I'm taking the New Orleans Saints here. Now, I guess the Eagles do get a bit of a spark with the new QB running the offense, but still, it's the Saints. They're not like in a crazy good defense, but they're an older defense and a little more based on experience than raw talent or athleticism. And I think that experience is going to come in handy against a guy like Jalen Hurts, who's a second-round rookie. And I don't see the Eagles. I don't see a pathway to victory. The Saints, with or without Drew Brees, will just continue to win games. I believe they have the longest streak of wins in the NFL right now at like 9 or 10. And overall, I just think the Saints are better right now. And I can't trust the Eagles with Jalen Hurts. I'm going to want to get a couple more starts under his belt before I have confidence in the kid. What are your thoughts, Josh?
Okay, so I have the Saints here because while I do believe that Jalen Hurts could be great whenever he's not starting his first game, I feel like against the Saints he's going to struggle. He's going to make those rookie mistakes because he's that second-round pick. So I don't feel like – and he's already shown at Oklahoma that he does have his growing pains that he needs to go through. So I feel like this is going to be a learning experience for him. So give me the Saints here because they look really good. Zach, your thoughts?
Saints, they're looking really good. What else do I have to say? They have a really good defense, really good offense. Taysom Hill is running the offense right now, and I think he's doing a great job. And Drew Brees is out. So, yeah. All right, so the next matchup is Steelers-Bills. Steelers just took their first loss ever to the football team, and the Bills, well, they beat the Niners. So, let's see what the polls have. And I know it's not going to be 100%. This is actually my game of the week, so. And it is, wow, people did not like the football team loss. 83% of people said Bills, 17% of people said Steelers. Now, since Jack has the Bills in his division, Jack, what is your take?
Unfortunately, I have to take the Buffalo Bills here. Understand, Steelers, I don't think they fell off the face of the earth because they lost to the football team, but the Buffalo Bills have been really good as of late. Other than the Hail Mary, they're like 5-0. And then if the Hail Mary doesn't happen, they're undefeated since their bye week. They're running a perfect team as of right now. I wouldn't call them the best team in the league, but I think they're trying to push for the number one seat because they still technically are in range for it if KC drops a game or two. And overall, I just think the Bills, they've been really hot right now, and they're just going to continue. Josh Allen's been looking better. I think he's been improving as of late. What are your thoughts, Zach?
Bills have Josh Allen. They have Stephon Diggs. They have a really decent receiver core. That defense, it's not as good as it was last year, but it still is really good. Tre'Davious White is not looking like his Defensive Player of the Year self, which he should have won that year. But they're going to be a good team against the Steelers because Steelers, they lost to the football team. I don't think, like Jack said, it's not the they're not gonna the world's not gonna end. It's not nothing. And the Bills, they just do better against teams. I mean, this will be a great matchup because Big Ben is gonna be throwing the ball a lot because the Steelers can't set up the run, but it's gonna be a really good it's gonna be a very good passing matchup. So yeah. And finally, Josh, what is your take on this game?
Well, my take for this game is that the Bills will beat the Steelers. Now, I do not believe, just like everybody else said, that the Steelers have fallen off the face of the earth because they lost to a team with no name. That's embarrassing, but it was very embarrassing watching that game if you were cheering for the Steelers. But I feel like the Bills are going to win this game because they've been looking really good. Just like Jack said, they're 5-1 out of the bye week. The only game they lost was the Hail Murray, and if they don't let that go against them, then they're undefeated out of the bye week, which is pretty impressive. So, yeah.
Okay. For our final matchup, we have the Baltimore Ravens, which are playing. They're playing right now. Wait, okay, there we go. Versus the Browns, the Cleveland Browns, and the polls are 100% Browns. Not a lot of belief in the Steelers and the Ravens, but the Ravens do have Lamar Jackson back, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna hand this one off to Jack.
All right. I am taking the Cleveland Browns here. Now, I understand the Ravens did maul them in week 1, but I think there's a problem in Baltimore that's brewing under the surface. I feel like the Ravens' offense overall has sort of been found out, and that's why they keep losing. And overall, the Browns destroy the Titans, and overall, the Browns are just trying to prove that they're not frauds this year, that it's different. And first thing they did last year was get destroyed by the Titans. This year, they turned around and get destroy the Titans for the first half. The Titans sort of came back, but Browns kind of had control. But I digress. The Ravens are just not the same team as they were last year, the 14-2 MVP Lamar Jackson team anymore. And I just think the Browns, this is a big test for them. If they're able to beat their division rival here, it will get them inches closer to the Steelers because the Steelers, especially if they drop that game to the Bills, the Browns will be a game out of that division title. So I do think the Cleveland Browns will win this game here. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I have the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns have been looking good with Nick Chubb running that team. Also, Baker Mayfield. He's not looking like the best quarterback, but he still is a great quarterback. I see a lot of potential in him. So, yeah. And then Jarvis Landry will always be a really good receiver. That defense is really good with Myles Garrett around it. And, yeah. Josh, what is your final take on the game?
Give me the Cleveland Browns here. This is going to be a good game, but I feel like the Browns are going to pull this one out. So give me the Browns here. They are one game back from the division title if the Steelers drop this game. So and they've been looking really good these last couple weeks. So give me the Browns.
All right, cool. All right, well, that does it for predictions today. If you liked our predictions, smash that like button down below. If you didn't like our takes, then just dislike the video. It's just good that you watched the video and got to the end. Right, Josh?
Yes.
All right, Josh, hit that can.
Don't forget to sweet chin music, that subscribe button, hit
Josh,
that
can't
like
say that.
button.
Copyright. Oh, God. Oh, no. That's copyright, Josh.
Well, we're not monetized yet, so
Yes.
but don't forget to do that, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we will see you later. And the plugs, if Zach didn't do them.
Follow the Instagram and the Twitter for the latest updates on Frontline Football and the polls. And once again, just because we haven't had the interview yet, I'm going to link the artist's Instagram link in the description. So if you enjoy the logo, go check that out. And we will see you guys back here next Friday.